I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2024 Nissan Kicks and you're looking for something just to stay legal in your state or just give you a little bit more traction, then the Glacier Chain Tire Chains are going to be a great option for you. So let's check them out. Now we do have this on tire size 205, 55, R17. Now this will fit a variety of other sizes. That's just the size we have today. We're also going to have this on our front axle as what the manual recommends. And if you're afraid this won't fit your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. We can take a closer look at some of the specs of these chains. So we're going to start with the link itself. This is going to be more of a roller style link. So this is going to provide you more of a smooth ride. Now it won't have any hard edges, so you won't get as much traction out of these. And that's why I recommend them for more of those light duty situations. And they are going to be made out of a low carbon steel. Low carbon steel is going to provide you a better ride as well because it is a softer metal, but it also won't last as long as some of those more premium options out there. That's why it's great for those occasional uses. And we are going to have this ladder pattern design to our chains, and that ladder pattern design is going to help give us more traction when we're stopping. Now, since this chain doesn't come with any type of tensioning device built into it, I recommend using a rubber tensioner. Because what this is going to do is while you're driving around, it's going to apply additional tension to these even if they are to loosen up. And the reason why these would loosen up is because when you're driving around, things can shift, and once they shift, they usually do loosen up. So it's just going to give you more security and more peace of mind. Now this isn't going to come with your kit, and you can actually find some of these on our website. Now what will come with your kit is going to be this more light duty bag. Now this is alright because these chains won't rip through this since they are so light duty. Now it can be a little bit difficult getting them back in here just because they are a little springy, and this is a pretty small bag. So if you are looking for something to help get your chains back into, I'd recommend checking out some small totes just for making this things a little bit easier. In my opinion, I think this is a pretty solid choice for more of an entry-level chain. Now I think there's a lot of great options out there, and one of those is the Titan Chain Snow Socks. And what's great about that is that another affordable price range, but it can actually get you through some more moderate snow and ice conditions rather than just those light duty areas. Now the one downside to those, because they are really easy installation, is that when you're driving around and if you are going through any areas that have any patches of pavement showing through, they could get torn up because that fabric just isn't going to mesh well with pavement. Well, when you're driving with these and you do drive over those patchy areas that have pavement showing through, these should be fine for the most part. Now if you are curious to see what this installation looks like, just stay tuned. We'll walk you through the process. To start off the installation, I'm going to grab some gloves and lay out my chains. And from here, we're really just checking a few things. So what I'm looking for is to make sure we don't have any damages to our links. They're working properly and rolling. And then we want to make sure it's in the right orientation. So we're going to have these hooks here. We want to make sure that's facing up. Once we've established that, we can start putting this on. And what I like to do for this is just grab it from the center, lift up, and drape it over a tire. When you do this, you want to make sure it's centered up, so you don't want a fit that's going to be hanging over your rim. So you're just going to push on that until it feels pretty even. Now this is going to be a little bit tight, so just take your time. And then make sure you rearrange the bottom so we can make these connections on the front and back a lot easier. And speaking of those connections, I like to start on the back side because this is going to be a little bit more of a tricky side to get. So you're going to have the side that's going to have these metal blocks that I'm wiggling around right now. And then the other side is going to have this channel on it. And you're just going to make that connection with both of them, sliding them into place. And this might take you a few tries because we want to make sure we don't get this too tight. We want to make sure we have an even fit on the front and back side. And the front side is going to be the same process, only it's going to be a lot easier to access. You might be able to see this a bit better too. Just pushing those blocks through until they seat in place. Now I could try to get this one more, and that feels pretty tight. And what I like about doing the front side is you don't have to get on the ground and hug your tire to make that back connection. Afterwards, I just recommend coming back through, pulling on it some, and honestly this feels pretty good. These can be a little bit tricky to get, especially since we don't have any additional tightening mechanisms. However, I still recommend grabbing a rubber tensioner. This is going to be great for the reasons I talked about earlier. And the way you're going to put this on is going to be in a star pattern. You want to make sure that these hooks are facing away from your tire, just so they don't puncture anything. I'm trying to make sure they're evenly distributed, so all the spots of your chains are going to be tight. And it won't be perfect to begin with. You might have to rearrange some things to fit in different locations. But the way it's sitting right now is pretty good. And again, I'm just going to pull on it, see if I like it or not, and then I'm going to repeat that process on the other side. After which, I recommend either pulling forward or backing up some, just to make sure everything's still working good. And if it is, you can take it out for a ride. But again, there's just a look at the installation and some of the features of the Glacier Tire Chains on our 2024 Nissan Kicks. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.